Good morning. It's weird that she's up with the rest of the dogs. She stays in, she sleeps in. She needs her beauty sleep. Again today, no plans. I do have a whole list of things that I want to do. Yesterday was a bit chill. I just spent 3 days with my family. I was very tired from the car ride, and I just wanted to spend some time with my wife. So I went for some breakfast and stuff. Had some nice time gaming. But today we have a lot of things to get going here in and around the house. One of the things that I have to do is clean this, because that's disgusting. And it also has, I don't know if you will see it, but it has like things moving in it. That's crazy and that's disgusting, so that has to get going. And then I don't know if I've showed you our little bag collection. All of these bags that you see, they're all grapes. All grapes. And there were so many more. On the big field over there, they also have cucumbers, they have aubergines, tomatoes, like so many fruits, onions and stuff. And the homeowners, they like to share it with us. So a lot of times we will come home and then there will be a little basket full of fresh fruits and vegetables, which is very nice. Just played some Overwatch and I wanted to do some garden work, but to be honest, it is way too hot. But I'm gonna try to empty the pool. That really has to be done. And that way I can also move the pool and I can clean around it and get all of that going. And then I would love to make it a little bit more ready for winter. Summer, it's not over yet, but it is still very hot. But I do want to think about how we're gonna put it all once summer comes, once winter comes, because we have some seating area down here, we have some seating area up there, and just to see how we're gonna do it, as well as this corner needs to be looked at, because that's just all stuff thrown there. And then on one of those two houses, I have a pull-up bar that I still haven't put up yet since we moved to this house, but I really want to put it on one of those two walls, so that even if I don't go to the calisthenics park, I can still work out on my pull-up bar. And then that's gonna be the biggest project yet, to figure out a way to put a fence here, because it's all rock flooring, it's all little pebbles and stuff and sand, so it is not so easy to just put poles in the floor and put a fence around it. So they did it with Euro pellets, which she just jumps over, and yeah, we would like to have a nice fencing around here, but I have to think how we're gonna do that and what materials I'll need to go and get. Seems like the water is not going away, so I'll have to do some plumbing, figure out why the water is not going away. Thought it was gonna be easier. Fuck. but I'm gonna wait until the water here gets down a bit, and then I'll start scooping the water out. While we wait for the water to go down, we're gonna make some laundry detergent. We ran out, and the owner of our house, she makes soap. She makes her own soap. She makes it out of the olives from the olive grove that we live on. We live on an olive grove, and she takes the olives, she makes soap. So we're gonna make some laundry detergent right now. So as already said, this is a solid block of soap. It's made out of olive/olive oil. We get it from our landowner, and here I'm just scraping it off. You can use a grater, like a cheese grater, or like I'm using a knife. It's just important to get little pieces so it dissolves better into the water. And then we put some water to boil, but not boiling, just a little bit hot so that the soap can dissolve in it easily. And then you just keep stirring it around. You can also add some bicarbonate, and then in the end you will see we add some drops of lavender for the smell. But then you just let it simmer, you keep stirring it around, and when everything is dissolved, you add the oil, you turn off the fire, you keep stirring for a little bit more so the oil is spread around the whole soap, and then you leave it cooling down for about 12 hours. The water is gone, the soap is chilling. When it is cooled down, we can pour it in. So in the meantime, I'm gonna get this out, and my wife is making some lunch. So I wanna get this out and empty before lunch. Let's see if I can do it. There has to be a better way to do this. Did it. Now there is still a lot of water here, so I'm gonna wait until that's gone, and then I'm gonna clean out that. Let's go and check up on our soap. As some of you may know, I'm building a journal for trans dudes and trans individuals. And for that we have 3 journals. We have a medical journal, which is already done, and we have printed already. I can show you here. This is the very first version. Now there are things that we are gonna change about this before we launch it. For example, I'm not sure about the rings. I thought it was gonna be easier, but I'm not convinced. I really like these kinds of journals, or the hard covers, just the notebook, let's say, not with the rings. So that might change. And then we have a daily dude, which we are creating, and a self-care journal for trans dudes. Now, in order for me to know what it is that we need, because I have my day-to-day journal in which I just write everything in, and then I have my own medical dude where it all started with. This is already very old and has seen some stuff, but in order for me to know what it is that we need in the daily dude and the self-care journal, I started a 30-day challenge in which I am challenging my dysmorphia and trying to get better with dealing with it. And for now, we are just doing a 30-day challenge
which will come on our YouTube channel. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe. But I've noticed that that I'm missing some things. Now, I'm not sure yet what it is that I'm missing in the display that I have at the moment, but I feel like it's not really working. Now, either way, there is a part that I do really like, and that's the part where we talk about our dysmorphia, and for that I pick a prompt out of a jar every day. If you want to follow those and you want to see those prompts, make sure to follow us on Instagram, because we share them on there, on our story. And today's prompt I thought I would open with you guys. That's the first one. What area could I further practice to help myself have healthy relationships? Now, this prompt I write down into the journal, and then I answer just what it is that comes up into my mind. Sometimes I need the prompt to simmer a bit in my head, so I will not directly answer it, which is why I prefer to look at them in the morning and then I answer them in the evening. So this is also one that I'll have to ruminate about. So I'm gonna write it down, and then tonight when I sit down to the journal, I'll answer this prompt.
The water is gone, which means we can start cleaning the pool and clear it up. But before I'm gonna clean the pool, I'm gonna clean up the floor and the area around it, clean up the leaves and stuff. Cleaned the terrace down here. The pool is back in its place. It's filling up with water. Also got some new plants and some better pots and stuff like that. So that's all done. Now this terrace here needs a sweep, but that's gonna be for another day. Right now I want to work out and then I'm gonna shower because I'm sweating a lot. And maybe depending if this pool is filled or not, I'll take a dip, but it's gonna be ice cold. Working out. Guess who escaped again? Let's go and get her. She always jumps the fences. And this is the first time she does it. Eleanor was inside. And she always jumps. But I thought she was inside while I was working out. Apparently she wasn't. Now she's somewhere on the olive grove. So let's find her. I'm not trying to play. I'm trying to get you home. Look at the size of these squashes that they have. Look at the size of this one. That's just incredible. Look at those. Look at these. You feed a whole country with those. Damn. And this is all of their vegetables. And then when they have some left, then they give it to us. But they can feed a whole army with those. I wasn't planning on taking my walk yet, but apparently Aurora had other plans. She wanted to walk now. So here we are. Aurora, can we get home? Tori's calling us. Okay. Hey, let's go home. We got her back home. First thing that she does, jumping in the pool, of course. But it means that we can continue with our workout. So let's do that.